So imagine that you can now learn awesome secrets from maximum fitness, extreme conditioning, and vibrant health from a Special Ops Marine Commander. That's me. I'm Captain Mike D, USMC. I'm the creator of the Tapper and leader of the Tapperfitness Special Ops team. You might have guessed it if you noticed this uniform behind me here. I'm proud and honored to show off my captain's uniform today. And I also want you to know that it was tailored to fit me like a glove over 50 years ago when I was a second lieutenant. And as a matter of fact, I was commissioned by President John F. Kennedy the day after I graduated from the University of Connecticut. And while I was a student there, I met him in person the day before the presidential election the year that he was elected. He stopped in Hartford, Connecticut on his way back home the day before the election. And he gave a talk, and then he stopped and actually met some of us students who had come down from Yukon. Shook his hand. He's still as tired as he was. He still had a nice smile and a great presence. And he said, "Come on down and work for me in Washington. I'm going to win this election, and we can do a lot of good things." Well, I ended up not working for him in Washington. I had some other things that I had to do, which was serve in the military. So while I was in college, I actually joined the Marine Corps Officer Candidate Program. And every summer I spent in Quantico. And at the end of that, it turned out I ended up, by the way, with 2 honorable discharges. I want to show you those too. I had one as a corporal when I left that program. And it was the day before I was commissioned. I found this in my files. I didn't know I had it. And at the end of my commission service, I had another honorable discharge as a captain, and that was in 1973. So by virtue of those honorable discharges, I'm able to refer to myself as a Marine and also refer to myself by the title of my highest rank, which, as I say, was captain. So yes, I'm proud to point out that this uniform that was tailored for me over 50 years ago still fits me perfectly. And the reason has to do with these secrets, these special fitness and health and conditioning secrets that I'm now ready to share with you. You see, our mission for our team is to inspire you to become empowered as leaders in fitness, leaders in health, and leaders in life. Now what we're going to do, you're going to learn some privileged secrets used by elite martial artists and the most fit and capable of all time, today's Special Ops forces. My job back when I was a lieutenant in the Marines was to train the finest young warfighters in the world and be ready to lead them into harm's way and out the other side without a scratch, which for the most part I want to be able to proudly point out I did that. I was a platoon commander when I first received my first assignment after I got my Marine MBA in Quantico. And then after that, I commanded company-sized units and larger specialty units and smaller reconnaissance teams in Vietnam. 50 years ago today, the day that President Kennedy was shot, I was honored and shocked to be able to be appointed acting commander of a 3,000 Marine reinforced battalion landing team. And the way that went down was because I was the senior second lieutenant. I was given that particular assignment. I was the most important, if you will, of the least important officers. All the other officers were called in to emergency briefing and planning sessions, and they left me in charge to both prepare those men to be able to go off on a deployment if we had to, which we did not, but it was a very interesting assignment at that point in time. Okay, so we're going to be introducing you to the Tapper. And the Tapper is our innovative self-help device that you can use anytime, any place, or even make one for yourself. I'll give you a quick preview of coming attractions. This is one that I made many years ago, and it's an exact replica of the very first one that I learned to use. This is what we do with it, by the way, when I was on reconnaissance in Vietnam. And I'll be telling you that story when I give you the briefing on the origins of the Tapper, and then I'll do another one on the origins of the program so you know how it all ties together with some other very important elements of fitness and health. I'll do a briefing to introduce you to some of the other leaders of our team, and I'll give you a briefing on the operations and resources that we have for you. And there'll be some really interesting leadership briefings, and I'm going to prepare a special briefing on this sword right here, this beautiful marine sword that you see is an historical piece of art. Actually, it has so many beautiful qualities to it, both as a ceremonial sword, which you'll be able to see when I show that to you, and also as a lesson in terms of some of the very best ways you can be an effective leader, no matter what your chosen area of endeavor may happen to be. Okay, so follow me. Sign up now for free Tapper Fit training intros and for alerts and briefings. Oh, you can contact me by email, personally. Captain Mike D, USMC @gmail.com, or look for our website at tapperfit.com. So, be fit, be healthy, oh, and be happy. That's an order from Captain Mike D. Thank you.